Bloated, feeling a little bit sluggish in the belly. Today, let's give the belly some love. So I invite you to discover your chair of that which you're on, your choice of a seat arrangement, and just touching your feet to the ground, to the earth. Give them a little bit of a wiggle there. And an invitation to send some love to our belly today. So maybe even just take your hand there. And this is where we will be working today, is around the belly area. Our stomach, our intestines, our large intestines, all the way down through the colon, looking after our belly, which is such a huge part of what affects our thinking. So let's give it some beautiful work today. First of all, just inviting you to sit back a little comfy in your chair. We're going to start off with about 2 minutes of breathing into our belly. So a real focused breathing. And to do this, we're going to bring our hands to the belly area. And as you breathe in, the belly will rise or gently move out. And as you breathe out, the belly will just release. So just breathing, turning inward. And exhale. Nice, slow breaths and breathing. It's good for the whole nervous system, this one. Inhale gently into your belly. And exhaling. And now with the next in-breath, bringing some love into your belly, so some attention, if you want to just call it that, intention into the belly. The breath will change and shift as it does this. Exhaling. And again, now coming in deeper. Just soft, gentle, undemanding. Not trying, just doing. See if you can soften your shoulder area too. Even soften the palms of your hands. Softening and down into the belly there. And another one. Okay. Belly breathing, really just removing your palms from your belly, placing them maybe on your knees. Belly breathing brings a real shift in awareness because it brings us into the base of our core, into our core strength area or into our core area, which is so much going on down here. And now we're going to kind of contract the belly a little bit and massage it using cat-cow. So we often do this for other practices, for spinal practices. So we will be, of course, moving the spine at the same time. The intention today is to inhale as you lift up, so lifting the chest up. This will lift and open up some space in the belly. And then exhale as we contract in, or as we, not collapsing, but just allowing it down. Now we've got a compression going on. Got opening up in the back of the spine. We've got the compression going on in the gut area. We're inhale, breathing up, opening the whole belly up. If you can imagine that it's just opening the space. The chest lifts up, the ribs lift up to the sky. And then exhale the other way. So everything's coming in. The shoulder blades are opening. The spine is opening. And the belly is being compressed. Inhale, gain up. Now we're opening. Imagine that you can feel the opening. Feel the space that's going from that. And now the purposeful contraction, the purposeful compression. Exhale. Now a little bit more with your arms, imagining that they are helping too. So we're inhale, opening, lifting and expanding, and then compressing. Exhale, giving that compression. It's like squeezing a cloth. Inhale, open. And exhale, compressing, bringing everything in, pushing the air out of our diaphragm. So now let's do it with purpose and opening. The arms don't have to be done, but they do allow that sort of concept of opening. And then exhale, that idea of bringing it in and compressing. One more. And exhale, compress. This time, just push a little bit more. And when you're ready, inhale gently up. And letting your spine restack. All right. So just let the body have a moment of, so we've been with it, we've breathed it gentle, then we've opened and compressed. Now we're going to gently twist. So inhale from here. Exhale, lower abdomen turned on if you can do that. So that's a gentle compression. And then we're going to turn to the side. And what we're doing here is like that ringing, the gentle ringing. And we want it more down in the belly today. We're going to inhale to the center and imagine that the cloth is opening. And then exhale the other way. So we exhale first and then we reach over and we allow the upper body to twist, recognizing that we're also gently twisting the belly. We're squeezing it a little bit. Inhale to center. And exhale again. Exhale. And now reaching over gently. Making this around the belly area the observation point today. Inhale to center. And exhale to the other side. So keeping your attention around the belly. There might be a little bit of a contraction if you can do that when you're exhaling. Inhale, center. And one more. Exhale, so you imagine that the diaphragm is coming up, the belly's coming a little bit, and now we're twisting. Take a breath here. And then exhale, just squeeze that little bit more, just gently. Inhale back to center. And exhale again, just the belly being gently squeezed naturally. Pause here for a breath. You'll feel the ribs rise. And then exhale. Maybe just a little bit more of a ring. If we were imagining that we're wringing a cloth out. Inhale back to center. And pause. Now, all this shifts energy in your body. It also shifts body awareness and consciousness, really, but just the way our body's feeling. So just notice how you feel. Just be there with it. Now, here's an invitation. We often do this again for the spine, but today we're going to do it for a belly placement. We're going to come forward, just gently inhaling. And we're going to exhale and just see how far down you can land your belly onto your thighs. I'm going to bring my toes up a little bit so that my heels are off the ground, so that it's compressing a little bit. Now find a comfortable space for yourself wherever your arms feel supported. Might be on the floor, might not be, could be on the knees, could be on the chair. And just let the compression of So I'm just staying where you are, letting the compression do a little bit of work. And just breathe into your belly from here. And as you're breathing in, you'll feel your belly pushing against your thighs. And as you're breathing out, you'll feel the space opening up. Again, this time intentionally breathing into your belly. This kind of work can shift our awareness. So just do it gentle. When you've had enough, just come up. And if you haven't already come up, just gently coming up and pausing for a moment. Sometimes the most subtle movements can be very profound, especially when they're shifting our awareness around in our body. So simple practices like this allow us to move our mind and our thinking and our attention, therefore the way we feel. Sometimes the simplest practices are incredibly profound. So just allow whatever you're noticing to be present. And so from here, if you would like to, you can lift your leg up gently and just pull it into your belly. We're just going to do it a couple of times each side. If that's not working for you, just lift it gently and just contract your tummy. Yeah. Or you can even just breathe in and exhale and just contract your tummy a little bit. This is your core. It's building that core strength. Breathe in again and exhale as you're bringing your leg up, or just contract your belly. One more on the other side. Inhale, contracting, and you can bring your knee up if you want to. Beautiful. Releasing that for a moment and just sort of circle your belly a little bit. One way. And then the other way. Sort of belly circles. Just little belly circles all the time. Of course, we're working our spine, but right now it's digestion that we're working with the gut. Okay, placement here for a moment. Now I'm going to invite you to experience a breathing technique that is well known for reducing inflammation. We're only going to do it a couple of times. It's going to be turning your tongue into a funnel, kind of like a straw. So if your tongue doesn't do that, and apparently some people's tongues can't, so it's just like creating the size of your tongue to lift up. If your tongue can't do that, then just do it through your teeth, right? So we're going to breathe in through the mouth, through your tongue, like a straw. And as you do, just gently bring your head up so it's at the top of the breath. We exhale with our mouth closed and out through our nose, down. Now, of course, you'll want to try that a couple more times just to get the idea of it, and then we'll direct our breath, right? So if you've already kind of got that and you want to start directing your breath, you can direct the cooler air, because this cools the air, down into your belly. So just to help from the balancing out of inflammation as we're breathing up through our straw tongue, head comes up. Closing your mouth, breathing out through your nose. Now directing that cool air down into your belly. So tongue Open, breathing in and out. Another time, just a wave, got it. Breathing in through your tongue. Exhale out through your nose. And then just pause. You might notice, like I'm noticing, my belly feels slightly cooler. It's an interesting experience. Let your breath rearrange itself, because it may take a little breath or a short breath or a big breath. Just let your breath do what it wants to do. And then to finish off today, quite an inward thing. Sit back in your chair. Take your hands softly to your belly. An invitation to turn inward. So maybe close your eyes or look just down to your nose or down to the floor, so that your eyes are just open or closed. And then simply breathe into your belly a little bit more intentionally. Soften everything. Every exhalation is softer and softer. Really soft, cool, calming. Really gentle, soft. Softening your jaw, the back of your tongue. Softening around the throat. Softening around the chest and rib area. Softening in and around the belly. Softening into your hips. Softening into your legs. Softening into your knees. Softening into your lower legs. And now an invitation to soften into all of your skin, so that's your feet, the whole of your body, all the way up through to the crown of your head. So your face, the back of your neck, your arms, your legs, your whole torso, just all out to the skin area, and just breathing into your belly, but breathing into the idea of the softness of your body. And here's an invitation. Take that gentle softness with you this afternoon. Just allow the softness to be there, in contrast to the busyness. We're bringing the parasympathetic nervous system into activity, into play, to calm the whole system. So anytime that you have moments this afternoon where you can just simply be, just relax into that space. And I hope it helps for your digestion. Thank you very much for playing today. There'll be some more fun things coming up soon.